things I can no longer hide. I'm not just a face on a poster." That statement came out of the mouth of Kim Taehyung, one of the BTS members who has always been known as a calm, charming person who has almost never been involved in controversy. But now, his latest attitude has raised a big question that has piqued the curiosity of fans around the world. What really happened between Taehyung and HYBE? In the past few weeks, Taehyung's change in attitude has begun to be clearly visible. From sharper interviews, social media posts full of implied meaning, to his increasingly bold involvement in projects outside of HYBE's official auspices, everything has made the public wonder. Is this a form of creative independence? Or a signal that something is wrong behind the long partnership between the idol and his agency? Mysterious and unusual attitude. Initially, fans only considered this change as part of Taehyung's maturation and artistic exploration process. But when he started to avoid mentioning HYBE on several official occasions, did not attend several company events, and instead actively worked on collaborative projects with foreign artists independently, speculation arose. Moreover, in one of his live streams, he had said, "Sometimes you just want to work with people who really understand your soul." That sentence was like a small fragment of a bigger story, one that has not been fully revealed to the public. The secret traces that are now clear. One of the things that strengthened the suspicion of a distance between Taehyung and HYBE was when he chose to promote his latest solo work through his personal channel, not through the agency's official platform. There was no press release from HYBE, no massive promotion like what is usually done when BTS members release solo projects. And most surprisingly, Taehyung actually received promotional support from foreign labels, something that is very unusual if everything is still running harmoniously internally. Observant fans even noticed some cold interactions between HYBE staff and Taehyung in behind-the-scenes footage. An anonymous source from the entertainment industry said that Taehyung has long wanted more room to express himself, but has often been hampered by company policies that are too restrictive. He's not the type to like conflict, but if it's gotten to this point, it means he's been quiet for too long, said the source. Signs of independence or broken relationships. Taehyung has also been increasingly vocal about his desire to take full control of his music and career. In a recent exclusive interview, he calmly but firmly stated, "I want to make music that comes from my own mind, not from a boardroom." A subtle hint that seems to allude to the artistic decisions that have so far been controlled by the agency. There have also been reports that Taehyung is considering forming his own creative team, a major move that only artists who feel they no longer fit into the conventional agency system take. While there has been no official statement regarding contracts or working relationships, the situation has left many fans wondering, will BTS remain united professionally, or is this the beginning of a freer individual journey? Fan response. Mixed support and concern. Hashtags. Like Takch, protect Taehyung, Wa Kach Taehyung, deserves better, and you are not alone, flooded social media. Fans expressed their full support for Taehyung's decision to stand up for creativity and integrity. But many were also concerned that the rift with HYBE could impact BTS's overall dynamics. However, many believe that whatever Taehyung's next steps are part of his growth as an artist. He is no longer an innocent teenager who entered the industry with sparkling eyes. He is now a grown man who knows what he wants and dares to fight for it, even if it means going against the grain. What's next? As of this writing, HYBE has yet to provide an official clarification regarding Taehyung's change of heart. But one thing is for sure, the world is now waiting with great curiosity. Is this the beginning of a gentle breakup? Or is Taehyung opening a new chapter in his life? As an independent musician, the owner of his own voice. Whatever the answer, one thing is clear. Taehyung's latest gesture is not just a rebellion, but a call for freedom. A message that even in the midst of a big system that controls everything, there is still room for courage. And Taehyung has chosen to step into it, with his head held high and his voice now unhindered. Possible future paths. While BTS is known as a very tight-knit group, and its members have repeatedly emphasized that Taeka is a family, in reality each of them is now walking a different path. Taehyung, with his artistic uniqueness, has always seemed to deviate slightly from the pattern formed by the agency. His interest in visual art, photography, jazz, and more experimental musical styles often makes him seem not entirely in line with the mass production direction that has so far been HYBE's hallmark. So it's no surprise that he is now considering becoming completely independent creatively. This move does not mean a betrayal of BTS, but rather a personal transformation. Taehyung seems to be starting to realize that in order to grow, he must release some control from the system and transfer it to himself. This is a classic narrative that many big artists around the world experience. When fame has been achieved, the search for meaning and inner satisfaction becomes the next goal. In Taehyung's context, this could mean creating work that is more intimate, honest, and free from commercial constraints. Influence on the Korean entertainment industry. Taehyung's bold attitude could be a stepping stone to change in the South Korean entertainment industry, which has so far been known to be very structured and rigid. If a global icon like Taehyung dares to question the system, it is possible that many other artists will be inspired to do the same. This could be the beginning of a new era, where K-pop artists are not only treated as products, but as creators with their own voices and wills. This change, of course, will not be easy. There will be resistance, pressure from within the industry, perhaps even image manipulation to obscure the facts. But Taehyung has taken the most important first step, inviting the public to see beyond the glitter of the stage. He has opened up conversations, sparked reflection, and proven that being a true artist sometimes has to start with the courage to say, "I can't stay silent anymore." In a world accustomed to forming uniform faces, Taehyung chose to be different. And that's where change was born.
A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.